So yeah, I got your stuff ready whenever you want it. I got one issue for you.
Need you up a tiny bit.
Okay,
there you go.
I got your issue on the hotkeys.
Nine FM and AM 610. The Sports Channel.
Stop.
Hey, yo. What it is, Duke City. Happy Thursday, y'all. It's going to be a great Thursday on the program. Program in question, of course, is 2 Men On right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. As I got some big news for you, Zay, back at the studio. Today is the 4th annual HB and Lucille Horn Family YMCA Driving for Good Top Golf Tournament. Going to be a banger of a day out here at Top Golf. Super stoked. Zay, I'm sorry you're stuck at the studio.
I'm not only stuck at the studio, but normally, I mean, not normally, but today what I would have done was asked to come there after, but I got the Topes tonight, so I'll be here at the studio producing the Topes, you know, hoping they win, but I'm sure I'm missed there.
Oh, absolutely. People ask about you all the time. It's like, is Zay as tall and handsome as he sounds like? The air, is he really? And I'm like, even more, like even more, like a ton more.
You know, what I get the most of the time, at least growing up, as you could imagine, I would always get that no one ever assumes that my voice matches what I look like. So I don't even know if anybody was to see me in public, if they would put the look to the sound. I went to Jersey Mike's earlier, and I heard behind me, "Hey, are you the radio guy?" And for a second, my ego was about to start stroking it, and then I turned around and I realized that she was a girl who actually worked there, and I came in a day before with the Cumulus Media coupon.
Close enough.
I was like, dang, it's so close.
That's funny you say that, because my first time that I got recognized in public for doing the program, it was still ABQ Central. We were still only doing the Saturday show. And you know I love golf. Yes. And you also know that I'm not great at golf. So, like, I often find myself in the woods, find myself in the desert. I find myself in the long stuff out there, right? So one time playing at Puerto, and I shank one into the trees, and I'm over there looking for my ball, and I'm talking to one of my friends sitting in the cart, and I was like, it should have been right here. Like, I thought it was just like right here. And then some guy on the other hole coming the other way said, wait, I recognize your voice. Are you Van from ABQ Central? While we were both looking for our crappily hit golf balls in the woods, somebody recognized. That was the first time.
That's an awesome first time.
Not an event I'm supposed to be at. Not like my face, not my likeness.
Yeah, it's your voice
in the middle of trees.
And that's the radio life. That's really the radio life. Like, you don't really think about it. I know nowadays we have like the technology, we have the stream and everything, but for the most part, it's the voice that really gets it. And, you know, growing up, I guess my dad was always told he had a radio voice, and then I was always told that I talked proper. But I think it took a little bit of
proper.
Yeah, right.
God, who told you that? Because if they looked a lot like me, they didn't mean what you thought they meant. It was actually under his breath insult is what he was saying.
Trust me, growing up in the Midwest, so for those who don't realize, the Midwest is it's where Fred's from. Okay, sure. So growing up in the Midwest, you can imagine the jokesters that I was dealing with, and yeah, that was the main thing. And it was always a voice. It was always the way I spoke. That was always my number one recognizable trait. If you
So did she give you a free sandwich because you're famous? That you just found out you're famous?
Well, the good thing is I had a gift card given to me from Cumulus, so I was actually able to pretty much get it free as far as I'm concerned anyways.
So you don't have to steal Subway stamps like Fred did.
Yes, no. I just go over and ask if there's any extra coupons.
That's because you're a man of character and integrity, Zay. That's the difference.
I greatly appreciate it. And what I really wish I could do is golf. And like, you know, I dislocated my shoulder in 2021. It actually popped out the back. So funny enough, I played D-line, and the whole game we were playing Colorado School of Mines. And
they're good.
Yeah, they're a school where not only are they good, but you know they're not going to make mistakes. So it's like you have to come in that game really disciplined. And we were doing so good versus him. and we were actually winning majority of the game. But I got hurt in the third quarter, and I'm pushing aggressive with the linemen because, they're not going to misstep or anything. So I'm being super aggressive with the linemen. Like, okay, I got to be a dog this game. I got to, these silver spoon kids, that's what the coach is like telling us to hype us up. Like, these kids aren't, they're not grinding like you guys. And I'm being all aggressive, and my shoulders feel great. And then one random play, here comes a tight end, about 30 pounds less than me. He comes for a back block. I hit him. He falls, but my shoulder dislocates out in the back. So like where your shoulder blade is where it dislocated. And ever since then, I'm left-handed, and it was my left shoulder that happened with. And I went to Topgolf one time, and not only could I not hit the ball, but like for the next 3 days, I couldn't even drive my car correctly because my shoulder was so shot. And it was, I'm sure it's nothing rehab can't fix. And I was about 7 months removed from the surgery at that point. It's been some years, but I'm ready to give it some more swings when I don't have isotopes.
Well, the good thing about golf, all it does is it takes all of your time and money to get good. That's it. All it takes is all your time, and then on top of that, all of your money, and then all of your integrity, all of your dignity, everything good about you will be wiped away. Because the things that you will yell at yourself and your clubs and your balls, a sailor would blush.
Is there anything in golf that's harder, outside of a hole-in-one? But is there anything that's tougher than hitting a home run?
Are you talking about Major League?
Yeah, let's go Major League and let's go Major League Golf, because I think they're both very, very difficult. They're both swinging, precision, mental games. Obviously, baseball's got a lot of other components. So what if we're just talking about strictly swinging at the golf ball and swinging at the baseball?
Oh, well, luckily the golf ball's not moving at you 100 miles an hour. That helps. And also, even if it was moving at you 100 miles an hour, there's no golf ball sliders. There's no golf ball curveballs. There's no golf ball change up. There's no screw balls. There's no Paul Skeen splinkers. It's just sitting there.
Is Splinker a new one?
For a sport/hobby, golf is the hardest. But like feats, like professional feats, hitting a home run into Major League Baseball is the hardest professional feat. And I stand by that.
Yeah, that's why I'm always going to try to see if I can ever find something to finally get you to say is harder than baseball or harder than hitting a home run. And you're very consistent with your stance on baseball. And I just think about it a lot because you got all these different sports, and something like golf, when I go and try to do it, I'm like, man, it's so hard. But I know it's just the art of swinging.
Sure.
So I'm like, when it comes down to swinging, how difficult is it? But like you said, I don't know if Steph Curry plays a lot of golf, but I saw him hit a hole-in-one. And I don't think that somebody who doesn't play baseball could go step out and crack a homer. Steph
is lights out at golf. By the way, we're going to be talking about Steph Curry in the 4:30 segment. He's going to have our 66 Diner Blue Plate special moment. When we get back, it's going to be the Isham Dental soundbite of the day. We're going to knock out all of our fun stuff in the 4 o'clock hour because we got some heavy hitters coming to this Top Golf event. Got a lot of cool guests coming in and out of the program all day. So expect Zay's Cowboy Corner at 4:45. Like I said, when we get back, it's the Isham Dental soundbite of the day. And also when we get back, special guest, Howie's Sports Page, GM, Mr. Howie's himself, Luke Markwith, joins us on the program. He's going to do some top golfing today to benefit the scholarship fund for the YMCA. Going to be a banger program today. Got a little Caitlin Clark talk. Got Zay's Cowboy talking some Steph and a bunch of fun guests in and out. And we're hitting the NFL super hard as opening weekend is fastly approaching. When we get back, your Isham Dental soundbite of the day, you're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
This report brought to you by Quality by Dealer Rental, Moments and Pet.
Welcome back, Duke City.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. Van Nunley here. Isaiah Johnson back at the studio. And out on assignment is one Fred
you guys
Lowe,
got my boys over there at
doing
Jersey
a
Mike's
recon
panicking.
program out in them streets. No Fred, no problem, because I got your favorite guest. Rave reviews about this guy when he's on the program. Mr. Everything at Howie's Sports Page, EM Luke Marquith. Welcome back to the program, my dude.
Oh, thank you as always. Yeah, it's easy to get great reviews when you're bribing people at the bar with free drinks to make calls.
You don't say. That's a pretty easy way to make friends and get you back on the show super fast. So not only are you hanging out on the program today, Howie's Sports Page was kind enough to sponsor a team here for the Driving for Good YMCA Top Golf event. And from understand, man, you got some ringers on your team, man. You got some ballers.
You know, we're out to have a good time. We're going to see what we can do, but we'll see if the course translates over to the Top Golf format here. So
one cool thing we're doing this year that we didn't do last year, this is the 4th annual. We're going to do a long drive and closest to pin today, too. So not only the 2-round tournament, but also some fun games that everyone can get in on as well. Howie's Sports Page, like, obviously, like, you know this. I've known you for a decade now. My bad. Howie's Sports Page isn't only like one of my favorite places to hang out, period. It's obviously the best place in town for Monday Night Football. Of course, we're going to rage the page every Monday Night Football at Howie's. Fun giveaways every halftime.
I can't believe it's that time already. I'm just stoked.
So it could be a great NFL season, and a lot of it could be seen at Howie's Sports Page. But you guys have a really giving spirit, too. As whatever we're involved in, like, you always can step up and help. Like, I know you have a kind heart, but he's also, I mean, your owner, John, too, like, always wants to help people, and he's always dipping his toe in whatever he can help.
No, John's phenomenal. I mean, he'll hate all the praise and compliments, but he's just fantastic. And kind of sets the tone for the rest of us who just try to follow his lead and do what we can to help out where we can.
Isham Dental, abq.com, your one-stop shop for dentures, any kind of oral surgery you may need. I mean, if they can't help you, they'll get you to the right people, and it's as easy as giving them the call, or it's as easy if you have a smartphone, if you have a computer, if your smart nephew knows what they're doing with the computer. All you got to do is go to ishamdentalabq.com. You can put your name right into the front page, and they will get a hold of you and set you up for success. Same-day dentures. No one in the business can do it like Scott Isham. Zay, it is time for our Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
I'd like to get back to
Boston Golf Club if you'd have me. The other one is heading to shallow on the field.
And for the long run for both Ryan and Neil. So do a little threesome. This group, we can do some.
That veteran play-by-play announcer Dave O'Brien asking former Red Sox player Lou Merlone.
It's the best part of every joke is the silence. You're just on air.
And everyone on the team is just cackling like a maniac. Can't keep it together. Zay, can we get that from the top one more time? That's just too funny.
I'd like to get back to Boston Golf Club if you'd have
This
me.
reminds me of back in school. So you have to be quiet.
It's toward the line, long run for both Rafaela and Neil into the seats, and it's 0-2. How about a little threesome? This group, we could do some.
There's just no words. Everybody's silent.
Is Lou, Dave O'Brien, co-host, is just wheezing. Dave O'Brien had no, I think, through NESN, New England Sports Network, for that clip. I love it when like something like that gets dropped so innocently, and he just like went about calling the game, had no idea what was going on, and he's like, "Why is everyone cackling like a maniac?" And then he unpackaged it in his own head in real time. That is so hilarious.
Unpackaged being the
Gonna unpackage something right there live on air.
This is a little awkward, guys. That's why you invited me to come on the show.
Yes, I just wanted to hear. I want to hear your perspective. Also, I got a question for you later once we get off air. You'll never guess what it is. That is your Isham Dental soundbite of the day.
Back in school, I was never the kid that was starting majority of the jokes, but one thing I was terrible at was keeping a straight face when I wasn't supposed to laugh.
Dude.
And there was a lot of times where I would get exposed right there in that little sweet spot because all it took is one person to make the smallest little chuckle. If I heard one person make one little slither of a sound, I just lost it. And then I would be the first person to truly lose my cool, and that would cause other people to lose theirs. And then the teacher blames me for making everybody laugh.
I'm kind of the same way when like little kids cuss, and the parents are like trying to keep it, and I forget it, and so they're looking at me like, be grown up. I'm like, you're looking at the wrong guy.
Yeah, you be a grown up. It's hilarious.
When small children or old people cuss, it is just always hilarious.
Oh man, where would we rank those? Okay, today's I-9 varsity is the I-9 varsity of people cussing. This could be whatever you want, obviously. Our I-9 varsity is people cussing. We'll get to that in the 5 o'clock hour.
I like it. I think I got a guy already.
Oh, you already got one?
Yeah, I got a guy that basically almost lost his job because of it.
Nice. All right, keep that one in the bank. We'll see if we overlap each other because a few obvious ones popped up in my head too. It was a weird day for the Red Sox, but it was a awesome day for the Los Angeles Dodgers. We didn't talk about this yet, but yesterday was bobblehead day for Shohei Ohtani's dog. Not only did they make a bobblehead for Shohei Ohtani's dog, Shohei Ohtani's dog Decoy threw out the first pitch. So Shohei Ohtani walked his dog out to the mound, told him to stay, told him to sit, set a baseball right next to him. He was a good boy. And then Shohei Ohtani walked all the way to home plate and then gave him the command. Decoy grabbed the ball, ran to him at home plate to throw out the first pitch. It doesn't get any cuter than that.
Oh, that's impressive.
So do you think he taught the dog how to do that for his own training, or do you think it was for this moment?
Well, if it wasn't his interpreter, I know that much.
You want to bet?
I'll bet. What you got? 2-1? 2-1 on this.
That's one of those cool things where I feel like as a baseball player, it'd be super cool to have your pet do something that not only they like doing for fun, but it also helps you out in a way. Because I would assume in some type of way that works to his benefit. I doubt he trains alone anymore. But but let's just say he is out on his own time. It's got to be cool to be able to catch your dog. Like I'm sure the dog not even catch but fetch. And
sure.
I think it's a super cool thing.
Yeah, I mean he's got to have like the best dog trainer in the world on his team.
I wonder how many sponsors Decoy's got. I see Decoy a lot. I see his name a lot. So Shohei's definitely maximizing the potential of his little dog.
Taylor Swift's dogs are insured for more than what my house is worth 4 times over.
Well, yeah, Lady Gaga's dog has got dog napped while the dog walker had them out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you get a certain level of fame where like guys in your entourage start getting famed just for being there, but you've hit another plateau when your pets are now famous because of your level of fame. Like that's, I mean, Hammer and his entourage was one thing, but Ohtani and his dog is another level.
Oh, okay, we're really showing our age now with the MC Hammer reference.
So it looks like Decoy, is that an Australian Shepherd?
It looks like an Australian Shepherd, but it's kind of smaller. Some kind of Lassie adjacent dog.
Yeah, those dogs are geniuses. Those dogs are super smart.
Somebody's going to complain that he's taking jobs away from American dogs.
Oh, no.
That would not shock me in 2024.
No, in the world we live in, that's where we're at.
Did you get any of this on KKOB earlier today, Zay?
No, not this topic. No.
Not Decoy taking those good American dog jobs?
No, we didn't. We covered that one over there. But I tell you what, though. German Shepherds, Australian Shepherds, those dogs, I feel like anything Shepherd, those dogs are like geniuses.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that because I have a corgi. And inside of his skull is just like tumbleweeds and like old Snickers wrappers, and like he is devoid of thought. He's adorable, but he is daft.
What color is he? How old is he?
He's orange, and he just like a normal Welsh Corgi.
How old is he? Like mid-age, young?
5.
Oh, he's in his prime.
Yeah. Turned 6 on the day after Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna cry.
And we do have dog parties for him. It is pretty pathetic, but we do it.
Remember back in 07, who was it? What was that girl's name? Was it Paris Hilton? Had a dog that was probably like worth more than the majority of humans. That dog was worth a fortune.
Little rat carried around in the bag all the time.
Before she adopted Butters.
Yeah. Oh, Shohei Ohtani and his dog Decoy put on a show, for the Dodgers crowd, and the crowd went bonkers. Like, if you don't love dogs, there's something wrong with you. Like, deep in your core, if you don't love dogs, you're a cat person, I get it, that's fine. Cat people are lovely. But if you, like, straight up don't like dogs, you're an awful person. I'm talking to you, Fred Slow. You are out here listening right now. I am referring straight to you. You are a garbage human because you don't like dogs.
Well, here's my prediction for Fred. Number one, he's tall, right? So I'm taller. Dogs a lot of times are intimidated. But what I've really noticed is I think Fred is a big fan of hats, or at least in the past before he started growing out his hair, he was a fan of hats. Dogs hate hats. So I imagine dogs see Fred and they see this tall guy with a hat on and they're just freaking out. And that's a real thing. A lot of times, like, a hat will trigger a dog. I don't know if they think you're trying to, like, hide yourself, or they're like, I can't really identify this guy the way I want to identify him. But they'll just flag you sometimes, and they will have their wall up until you take your hat off. And as soon as you take your hat off, then all of a sudden their ears go back and their tail wags, and it's like all good.
And does that work for hoodies too, Zay?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you have your hoodie on and a dog can't, like, clearly see your face, maybe the more protective breeds, because I'm super into Rottweilers and German Shepherds and stuff. But I noticed a lot of smaller dogs as well. If you have your hood on and they're trying to look at you and they can't see you, they'll start freaking out. You'll be wondering why someone's dog doesn't like you, and you don't even realize it's because your hat's on or you have a hoodie on, and they're just paranoid.
I had a dog before I had Darby. Well, actually, when I had both of them together for a while.
Oh, his name's
my
Darby.
corgi Darby. Yeah, Lord Darby. Lord Darby, the flatulent, the first of his name. Well, I got Darby to be a end-of-life companion for my beagle, LG. Little guy, little. So LG is the weirdest thing. So naturally, without any training whatsoever, and I'm sorry to my AAPI friends out there, he was scared of Asian people.
Really?
If he would say, yes, I swear, it's the weirdest thing. Like, he was like so intimidated by like just every kind of Asian. It doesn't matter what kind of Asian you were. Asian people scared my dog, and I have no idea why. I couldn't figure it out. I have lovely Asian friends that I like try to like desensitize him to, and he would always just like bark at him once and like go hide. And I was like, oh my god. And I've had him, and I had that dog. He wasn't a rescue like Darby that I have now. I trained him from birth. Like, this was like natural and innate in his genetic code. That
Man, I think you're like flagging yourself here. You're exposing yourself.
I did nothing. I did nothing.
How was the dog with stoned people?
Oh, excellent question. We're going to leave it right there, Luke. When we get back, it's your 66 Niner Blue Plate special moment of the day. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report. Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back, Duke City. Welcome back to 2 Men On. It's a Threadless Thursday. Lucky for me, I got Luke Markley for Howie's Sports Page joining me on the program. Of course, Nate Johnson back in the studio.
You're getting pretty consistent now. It's like becoming a way of life over here.
66 Diner is the best diner in all of the land. Perfect blend of classic diner atmosphere, a little sprinkle of New Mexico. Get your dose of Route 66 at 66 Diner. Best milkshakes in town.
Hands down.
Isaiah's in a cutting phase right now, so he can't have any milkshakes. But I think in the winter when he's bulking again, go have some milkshakes.
I'm coming up on that bulking time now. It's like this happens to me every time. I get up to like 250, 260, and I'm like, dang it, why am I always this size? And then I get down to like 240, 235, and I start feeling like a little, like way too little. And I'm like, I feel so frail. Like I need to put the muscle back on. So I get back up to 250, and I'm just stuck in this little loophole since about 2016.
Do you have like your wardrobe? Is it like this is bulking day and this is cutting day, or is like everything just right in the middle?
It's cycled enough because I'm very stingy about when my clothes become too small. I kind of like to realize that they became too small, so they usually will have like a rip or something, so they got to get thrown out. But my wardrobe is my wardrobe for that reason has always been it's fluctuated a lot. And I'll gain and then lose like within a month. I'm gaining 15, 20 pounds.
Oh, dude, I'm on a deep loss right now because of the wrist. I can't work out as hard as I normally am. And when I can't work out as hard, I don't eat as much. I don't eat as much. I start losing weight, especially losing muscle. So I'm on a downswing right now. But the good thing is, my clothes fit better. I'm not ripping out of my button-ups anymore. I could actually fit in my clothes again. It's sweet. Luke, you're on the downswing, baby. You're looking good.
I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm going to say minus the muscle. I'm about 30 years ahead of Zay on the bulking phase.
now got some extra for
now we're working on some cutting.
Nice. It's fun though. It's honestly, that's a very fun thing to do. And now that I'm not playing sports anymore, it's like I'm in the safe way. I'm like experimenting with my body and seeing like, okay, what do I feel like it this way? What do I feel like it this way? Whereas before, I always put so much pressure on myself. Like if I'm too light, I'm gonna get tossed around. So I would always be trying to gain weight. But now I'm able just to get comfortable and not really be panicking and being anxious about having to go play. I can just lift and eat and try new things. Of course, no roids, as we covered earlier. But
yeah. Wait till I get a guy. All right, I got good news today.
What's up?
The 66 Diner Blue Plate special moment of the day is your boy, your favorite player, your hero. You called it during the Olympics. You said he was going to be lights out. Steph Curry, Stephen, signed a 1-year extension to play all the way. At least he will be in this association. He will be a Golden State Warrior at least through the 26-27 year. Zay, how stoked are you? You get at least one more year of Curry.
I'm pretty happy about it. Now, I do love Steph, right? But I am a Lakers fan. And during the Olympics, I was super caught up with the fact that they were playing for us. They were repping us as a country. And it was super fun to be able to root for all of the best players. And I really leaned into it. But one thing I saw in the Olympics, as a Lakers fan, I was really hoping we'd find a way to get Steph and LeBron on the Lakers, right? And when I first saw this news, I read it wrong. And I thought that he had only signed for next year for $62 million. So I'm like, okay, Bron also becomes a free agent next year. Maybe they'll both take a discount. But then I sit back and realize that he's extending it on top of his contract already. So now I do fear that LeBron may end up going to Golden State. I mean, the way the Olympics just went, and LeBron's going to get to the point in his career where he'll still want to play, but he's going to want to win. And him and Steph on the same team, if they both take a reasonable discount, they could easily win a championship. So as a Laker fan, it bugged me a little bit more. I would like to see something that indicated Steph was ready to maybe, dabble with another team. But it doesn't shock me because he's very loyal.
Well, Steph's already this far in. I don't think he's going to switch. It's either LeBron, you come to me. There were actually talks last year of a trade from LeBron to the Warriors, but
they tried.
Rich Paul and LeBron's team said no, it's going to hurt his legacy, switching teams again and ring chasing. And it was a secret for a long time. It was only a couple of weeks ago that this information came out that there was, talks of a trade, and then they pulled the plug for LeBron James' legacy.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not like somebody the caliber, the excellence of LeBron James, like you just go play with Steph. Like you don't even question it. Like, yeah, I'll go chase rings with Steph Curry. Of course I will. But if it's LeBron James, you're like, well, if I switch again, people are going to talk smack even harder than they were before.
Mm-hmm. And what really would have made that super bad is that happened right before the trade deadline. So this would have been a mid-season trade. So LeBron would have switched teams right in the middle of the season where the Lakers were, pushing to make the playoffs.
Sure.
So it would have really left the Lakers high and dry. But I do want to know what the Warriors may have been offering. They're not a bad team, so their draft picks would be decent, I would assume. But you never know what they're offering. The Warriors are always loaded with draft picks.
1 year, $62.6 million extension. That'll keep him, barring trades, whatever. That'll keep him a Warrior. That'll keep him in the association through the 26-27 season. So, NBA fans, you got Steph for at least 3 more years. Friends of the show, that breaks down to almost $800,000 a game. A little bit under $800,000 per contest that he participates in. That is wild.
He's making a solid, literally double what CD just made. So CD just broke a record for the biggest signing bonus and, the best deal and this and that. Steph's getting double the amount in 1 year. And basketball money is crazy.
I think that's got to break down to about $200,000 or $20,000 a minute when he's on the court.
Yeah, it's so dumb. That is so dumb.
I saw this
Breaking
meme.
news. Astros, my beloved Astros, swooping up the Dodgers trash as Jason Hayward has been picked up by the Houston Astros, providing some fantastic defense and fingers crossed, maybe a little offense too.
Hey, he's a great locker room guy.
Now, there's a big hole in center field for the Houston Astros, and they're going to try to fill it with Jason Hayward. So if he can hit, he can do it all. When we get back, Bay, your Cowboy Corner.
Boom.
Talking America's team. Listen to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay.
There's an interview he had yesterday at his first practice back, and I actually pulled some of the audio from that interview, and there's something in there, a little snippet. I think a lot of our Cowboy fans out here would love to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this up here. It's about a minute long. So let's take a listen to what CD had to say with James Slater, who's like the main reporter out there for Dallas. You know, they like to make sure they get a nice, pretty lady so that she's not irritating the players by continuously asking them questions.
Naturally.
It's a real thing. Guys will get irritated if it's like the same male reporter. And they'll start getting in arguments and whatnot.
Let's be brutally honest. It helps almost every aspect of life.
Okay, so here we go.
You did it now. And you put on 14 pounds of muscle mass, worked on, he said, top of your route, some of the footwork. Why was that important to you? So I don't lose a step. Obviously, when you gain weight, your body kind of tends to, it takes a long time for your body to adjust to that. But as for me and Sharif, we were locked in and we understood we had a plan and we executed the plan. That's to be more explosive, obviously gain more muscle mass, look more full as far as in the pads and in and out my breaks. We just trying to consistently stay open. All right, final question for you. We're seeing more and more of these players now holding out, wanting the shorter contract, wanting it earlier. Do you think that you've set a precedent for others to do this moving forward? Just trusting yourself, believing your worth, and let the rest take care of itself. If it doesn't, you know your values. Just believe in yourself, man, and let God handle the rest. Obviously, if you have a great agent, believe in him, and he should do his job. That's what I think.
Oh, good. More cliched player talk. Good job, Say.
Well, the second half of that, his answer, very cliche, but I did want to know you guys' opinion as far as, do you think he's setting a bad trend? But, we were just talking about weight and weight loss and weightlifting, the different things you got to deal with when you're doing it. But another thing I think I also kind of mentioned, CD's hitting the nail on the head with. He's put on 14 pounds of muscle, but he's made an effort to make sure he doesn't lose a step. He's gotten more explosive. He's gotten better in and out of his breaks, all while putting on 14 pounds of muscle. And for those who don't really know what CD looks like on the football field, he wasn't the most muscular guy. He was he was elusive, he was slimmer. But even just from each year since his rookie year, he's noticeably gotten bigger. And to see that he's done it again and that he's came off of the holdout and he's ready, he's put on muscle, he's kept his body in good shape. That's great to see for Cowboys fans, because the last time we saw a holdout, it was Ezekiel Elliott, and he came back never the same. So he comes back after his holdout, and it was evident that he was not doing the work that he should have been doing to demand the contract he got. But for CD, he missed a lot of time, but he stayed into it. He stayed working out. He stayed close with his trainer. And the trainer also said that every day he had a smile on his face. So I don't think there's been as much mental frustration as we may have assumed there was. So I think we're not only getting a physically healthy CD, I think we're getting a mentally healthy CD. And I think he will be stronger and faster, which means he will be able to carry the load for the offense this year before Dalvin Cook runs for 1,500 yards.
All right, you homer. People like you get fooled by this every year. Players lose weight throughout the season. It's not magic. They always come in a little heavier before camp. They slim down during camp. And then throughout the course of the season, they'll lose a couple pounds, because it's hard to maintain that kind of mass when you're working out that hard and playing that hard and trying to avoid injuries. But this happens every single year. Like, you're supposed to come in a little heavier than your playing weight, because you will naturally lose weight throughout the season. Like, the only difference is, like, when you're talking about, like, when Zeke did it, dude added like 30 pounds. Like, CD adding like 10, 12, 13 pounds, 14 pounds, whatever he said it was, like, that's fair. And also, let me tell you, he wouldn't be 14 pounds overweight right now if he showed up to camp and he was practicing with his teammates. It wouldn't be a talking point. It would just be whatever. That's what you're supposed to do.
So you hit it. You are correct, right? In a lot of cases, you're correct. But the reason I highlighted this case is because, from what I'm hearing from him, the way he put on the muscle weight, it's not in a way where it's just going to fall off of him. It's like, because I feel like the same type of gaining a weight you could assume would slow you down, that type of weight is probably the weight that's going to shave off first. If you do, start working out, that's probably the unhealthy weight. But also, like you said, you lose weight through the season. So imagine he started last year. Let's just throw out a number. Let's say he was 185 and finished at 170. I think what he just did was he came in heavier so that by the end of this season, maybe he's going to be where he started off last season. Okay, so maybe he basically set himself out farther ahead. So by the end of the season, he can be more durable, which is why I think it's a great thing to hear. Because, yeah, he will lose weight and wear and tear happens. But I think that wanting him to carry the whole offense and go for 2,000, like we're going to have to see him do in order for Dallas to be good, I think knowing that he put on more muscle weight to start the season off, it at least just makes me feel like he put more gas in the tank. He has a more full of a gas tank so he can go longer than maybe last year. He was healthy last year, but it's still scary to think about when you put all your chips in one basket.
Well, I mean, he's listed as 200 even as his playing weight. So if he's 214 now and he slims down to 200, that's probably ideal for the course of a season. If he started off 200 last year and ended up at 185, maybe that's the goal, is to end up where he started last year.
Yes, exactly.
Also, I got some good news. I got some bad news for you.
Uh-oh.
CD is an elite level athlete. He's one of the best wide receivers in all of football. His talent is not to be questioned, but I weigh 185 pounds. That's not good for a 6.5 foot tall wide receiver to only weigh 185. My out of shape 42-year-old ass weighs 185 pounds. You know how hard I have to work to be 185 pounds? It's wild.
Well, to your credit, you're a muscular guy, right? You've been putting work in the gym, and you have lost some muscle weight and some weight, like you said, but that muscle weighs more than fat. Okay, so even if you look a little smaller, but you're more fit, you're heavier. And I think CD's body fat's probably like 1%. I give you 2%, right? I give you 2% body fat.
I'm rocking like 23, baby. If CD was at 1 or 2%, that's like North African sub-Sahara levels of fat. Players should be carrying like 5, 6, 7. Like the guys who are ripped are like 5, 6, 7. If he's 1 or 2%, that's like ICU hospital stuff.
But no, I think this year we're going to see him, in the safest way possible. I think we're going to see a better CD after the catch. I think he'll be stronger. I think he'll be more physical. Now, I hope he stays durable, and I hope he keeps whatever he's got a game plan, keep your weight up, eat more throughout the season, try to find some way to balance that out, do what you got to do, but just make it through the year, and I think that he can go for 2,000.
Okay, well, I hope you're right, because if I can't draft Christian McCaffrey or Bijan Robinson, I'm drafting CeeDee Lamb, baby. Let's go.
Smart pick.
All right, 1 hour in the books, 1 hour to go. We got some more Cowboy talk in the next hour. You're welcome, world. But when we get back, top of the hour with some WNBA, Caitlin Clark is doing that thing, and you should be watching, sports fan. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Clear.
Like a little 1992 electronica going on here. Top of the hour, Duke City. You listen to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. The boys are live at Top Golf for the YMCA Top Golf Driving for Good charity tournament. Bad news, friend of the show. If you're on Albuquerque time, if you're living in the land of Manana, don't show up because this thing is sold out. You can come hang out. You can come be a spectator. You can come look at the auction. You can come look at the silent auction. You can come buy me a cocktail if you want, I guess. But no golfing for you. We're sold out, baby. We're going to have a lot of fun for a good cause. And Howie's Sports Page, always down to help. Luke Marquith of Howie's Sports Page joining us on the program. He's about to step away and start warming up because they got a trophy to win tonight, baby.
I show up warm.
You stay warm?
I stay warm.
My boy stays ready over here. We got the windows open here, having a lot of fun with it. Brandon Ortega's team just showed up. Looks like he's got some ringers too.
He's got a nice shirt on.
Us here in a little bit.
To beat us here.
What shirt is that he's got on? That was a fire shirt.
That's a fire shirt. It just so happens to be the brand new season 4 2 Men On shirt made by our friend Steve Palmisano at the Duke's Team Store. Duke's Team Store will also be represented here. A lot of friends of the show and a lot of people that love helping kids in the community. All the money raised tonight will go to the YMCA Scholarship Fund, helping kids who wouldn't get these opportunities any other way. So we're happy to be here. Going to have a lot of fun for a great cause. And going after our trophies day, this is the 4th annual. I don't mind telling you, Team 2 Men On won the first 2.
Wow.
Back-to-back champs, came in hot, started off. Last year, Steve Palmisano in the Duke's Team Store, they won the trophy. They get to carry the crown for a year. But we're coming back at it. We're coming back for it. I got some ringers. I got my OG team back together. We got my buddy, we got Billy, we got Jason, we got Dion, we got Renee, and we got your favorite co-host of Filling the Holes every Saturday morning right here on the Sports Animal from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We're talking golf every Saturday morning. My ringer, Max Machado, is here. We are going back after this crown. I feel defeated. I feel deflated. That was an embarrassment last year, and I'm bringing that trophy back to our office.
Yeah, you guys are almost kind of. If all you had was Jay Choi, you guys would really be cheating. But you guys got you got
that's too much. We can't have. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I brought Jay Choi over here to a top golf tournament. That's a little cheatery. I can't bring a 15-year professional golfer to win my charity tournament. That's a little weak.
You guys should take Jay and then go and challenge people, and then have him just act like he has no idea how to play golf.
Yeah.
And you guys just like coach him throughout the holes, and he just increasingly tries harder and gets better throughout the hole. So then by the end, he's like at full throttle.
Yeah, until people start coming up to him and asking him for autographs. Yeah, he's a known person here in New York City. All right, you hit me with some breaking news during the break today that it's finally over.
Yes, it is over.
The hold-in between Brandon Ayuk and the San Francisco 49ers is over. 4 years, $120 million. That puts him, what, top 10? Is he like right at the edge of top 10?
Yeah.
Highest paid wide receivers?
He's up there.
$76 million in guarantees. This thing went on way too long. And from what we've been talking about on the program for 6 weeks now, this is the original offer.
Yeah.
He waited this whole time just to take what was on the table the whole time.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where with CD, he may have thought okay, he held out and got the money he wanted, and I guess CD had wanted 34. We knew he wanted 34, and not to go too off topic, they weren't offering him 34, as we now know. He said that once his agent told him that they were giving him 34 a year, he was happy. So that was the problem there. With IU, you have a whole holdout, and you're asking for a certain amount of money, and you eventually tap out. So it's like score owners, point for the owners.
Yeah,
because now you've just shown that you guys can hold strong. He sits there and wait, and no matter how much he flails his arms and kicks his feet and complains and says he wants to trade, and we were all convinced that he was going to be on a different team, but here he is on the same team for less money than what he was wanting. So it's almost like the kid who whined and complained and still didn't get what they want.
How's it going?
So this makes him the 7th highest paid wide receiver in all of the land. Some friends of the show, shout out to Adam from OE Energy. He's here golfing too for a great cause. This makes him the 7th highest paid wide receiver in football. And I'll tell you what, it's less than what he wanted, but I think it's a little bit more than he should get. I don't have him ranked as the 7th best wide receiver in football. I don't think he deserves it.
Okay, so you think he's overpaid here?
Yes, I do think he's overpaid. He's a number 2 wide receiver. There's no number 2 wide receivers in the top 10. Debo is better than him. I would have let him go and just thrown it to Christian McCaffrey more.
I guess. I think he's a better true receiver than Debo. And Debo's also got injury problems that I think has San Francisco a little worried about leaning onto him too much. And what sucks about that is that whenever Debo gets hurt, they're a completely different team. So if he was to get hurt again and you don't have Ayuk, they're screwed. They're going to be leaning on George Kittle to go out there and get 200 receiving yards a game, as well as block for Christian McCaffrey. And, George Kittle's a big guy. He's strong. He can handle it. But at the same time, you don't really want to risk that. And if you're the 49ers, right, if you look at their past, you can go way back to even the Kaepernick days. The 49ers have been knocking on the door for so long and can't get over the hump, okay? So, yes, they get farther than the Cowboys, but the 49ers, they still are starving for a Super Bowl win just as much as Dallas is, and they keep getting closer, which I can argue could have put them through more pain and more frustration. And this is probably the year where they got to go all in and actually get over the hump. So I think you want to load up the clip, get as many receivers as you can, and you don't want to lean on one guy too much because injuries do happen. So I think it's a good thing they got you back with Debo. Now you just got to get Trent back. If they don't get Trent, none of this matters. It will still be a he's worth at least 3 wins.
To back up my point here, if you don't count Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I think those are both number 1s, right? And if you don't count A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, who I think are both number 1s, you got to go all the way down to T. Higgins at the 18th highest paid to see a WR2 on there, and he only makes $21.8 million. I think a little more than that is what they should have paid.
Wow.
Ayuk. Yeah.
Well, if he wasn't
overpaid. But again, the way the market is, this 4-year contract, it's really a 3-year contract because he's going to hold out again in a year. So it's really a 3-year contract. And by the time he gets to the end of this contract, $30 million will be somewhere in the 20th ranked highest wide receivers anyways. So, and again, in his defense, in the 49ers defense, it's all play money anyways. It's all monopoly money anyways. The salary cap's not real. You can readjust your contract whenever you want. I think this is just to prove a point. And I think it's kind of a waste of both their time.
Well, I think, like we were saying, the window is closing for the 49ers.
Sure.
With all the money they already have invested, at this point, to make one last run at it, you just throw everything at it and keep what you have and try to keep it happy. That window is rapidly closing. If they don't get it this year, there's going to be big shakeups in there anyway, I believe.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you're spot on.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. And yep.
You got to remember, they're going to have to start paying Purdy soon too.
Sure.
I mean, they're on a gift right now.
Wow.
Relevant quarterback, but they're getting a quarterback for nothing. And as soon as they have to start paying him, everything else goes up. And they've got to take every opportunity and every chance while they can, before that window closes completely.
All right, there's your breaking news, friend of the show. The hold-in is over. Now, who's up next? Jamar Chase? Well, he was there at the facility, like practicing and going to film for the hold-in.
Yeah. Well,
Jamar Chase is already saying that he wants to be the highest paid wide receiver by a penny. And he has 2 years left on his contract. Like, the sheer audacity of these guys. Like, 1 year left on your contract. You're already making millions of dollars. You already signed the contract. Like, I can't do that at my radio station.
Jamar Chase.
Sorry, Cumulus Media. Sorry, Cumulus Cluster. I'm a holdout for $1.37 more an hour. Like, no.
The worst part about Jamar is yesterday the coach goes out, and maybe this isn't a bad fault from the coach, but the coach comes out and tells the media, oh yeah, he's gonna practice today. So everyone, the media, the fans, they're all like, okay, Jamar Chase is practicing today. And this was yesterday. And then he shows up to practice 13 minutes late. He's got his do-rag on. He's got a T-shirt on with some shorts and some slides. Clearly not coming to practice. Clearly not ready to practice. And then now the coach is saying, oh, well, it'll be more wise if I just say we're going to take it day to day. So they have no idea when Jamar Chase is going to come back. And he's also more of a diva type, right? Unlike CD, CD's just more about, I think he was like just give me my respect, okay? I'm not coming to you guys wanting to be number one page, just make me number two, which is respectfully so. And I think Jamar Chase, if he was in CD's shoes, I don't think he cares about being second or third. I think he wants to be first. And I think ego plays a little bit of that.
I promised you Caitlin Clark talk, but we had some breaking news for you. When we get back, we're talking Caitlin Clark. Luke Mark with Howie Sports Page. Thanks for joining me, my friend.
Oh, thank you. I got some warming up to do now.
The Monday Night Football season kicks off this Tuesday as the friend of the show draft, and our OG friend of the show draft is happening at Howie Sports Page this coming Tuesday. Come hang out, have some fun with us. There'll be some of your favorite personalities in Albuquerque there drafting with us and having a lot of fun with it. And then after that, every Monday throughout the regular season, Monday of Wild Card Week, it's going down at Howie Sports Page. We're going to rage at the page. There's not a better place to be.
I'm so jealous.
Halftime giveaways, free glizzies, and you get to hang out with Luke.
So jealous.
If that doesn't sell it, I don't know what will.
Let's go, baby. When we get back, Brandon Ortega and me talk a little Caitlin Clark. You listen to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report brought to you by
Oh, yeah. God, that makes so much sense.
Like Eminem can give her more insight into
that. You can see most of a lot of pictures in the construction zones. Also, southbound on 35 minutes construction zones. Between the interchange and bridge surrounds there. Also, the best time to sale, Second City, unsold, deliver, trying to prove and slow and westbound Kings Wheel brand and congestion there also.
Ready for the 2024 Music Fiesta, Saturday, October 12th at Balloon Fiesta with Kyle Martin, Luke Cash, and Carly Pierce. Tickets available at BalloonFiesta.com.
Could be an accident. Call the traffic tracker hotline at 767-9967. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 Radio KKOD Traffic Center.
Dirty Boys present Fill in the Holes. Albuquerque's newest and, well, only golf show is on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports animal. Pro golfer Jay Choi, golf influencer Max Machado, and Van Young. Talk golf culture, style, and analysis for those new to the game to scratch golfers. Dirty Boys present Fill in the Holes. Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports animal.
So what happens?
Always have a different haircut for my team.
Website details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, do you know there's a reward for that works just but is 95% cheaper, and you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and determine the medication that's best for you. It's free shipping is prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including prescriptions and cultures to name brands.
At up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treatment. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address.
Hims.com.
What a day here at Top Golf. Driving for Good, YMCA Top Golf Tourney, benefiting the YMCA Scholarship Fund. Having a lot of fun for a great cause. The place is filling up. All the teams are checking in, getting into their bays, and about to kick off here very shortly. 13 short minutes. I'll let you break early, Brandon, so you can go swing some sticks in your bay. Got to get warmed up, baby. Thanks for joining. Thanks for, you don't know, friend of the show, Brandon Ortega is on the board of the YMCA, and he, like a lot of people, are passionate about what they do in the community. B, who's on your squad today? You guys coming after the crown?
Oh my gosh, ringers galore. My wife, who just started playing like 3 months ago.
Nice.
But she loves it. She totally has the bug, which is so cool. She's been bugging me to play for years, and I was always like, yeah, it's like a whole thing, you know, and you're just learning. But yeah, she finally got on the course right before the summer, and we've got her friend Jamie, who works at UNM with her, and then the power couple, David and Lisa Carl from Dave, who we know from New Mexico United, who does a great job of communications in Mexico United. Chanel, who worked with Somos Unidos Foundation for a long time, now has a new job. So we're going to have a lot of fun. That's what today's all about. Having a lot of fun, raising some money for a great cause.
Love it so much. Going to have a lot of fun here. A person who's having a lot of fun in the WNBA is Caitlin Clark. So after the Olympic break, she came back with a vengeance.
We predicted that.
Dominating.
She's been refreshed for sure. She needed a break.
She came in slow, so did her team, and now she is just crushing the league. She's already set, not a rookie record, a WNBA record for the assist record. And then now she's got the rookie record for three-pointers, and the season's not even three-quarters of the way done. She's going to, in her rookie year, set the assist record and the three-point record. The team is surging. They're on the way in the playoffs. And with her, I think they got as good a shot as anybody her rookie year. Miss me with the Jordan talk. Miss me with the LeBron talk. Caitlin Clark's already the GOAT.
Oh gosh. It is nice though, just the whole thing of translating. Like even in all sports, we always think about, when you see somebody start in college, can they translate to the pros and not only be successful, but can they translate to the pros and also have success the same way they did in college? And not only, she did start off slow. That's comparing it to Iowa. If you look at her numbers, she was still getting like 8 rebounds, 8 assists, which is why I think she's creeping up on these records. But now we're seeing the shooting and the step back starting to also come into the picture. And now the more she shoots better, the team's going to get better looks. And next year, she's going to keep on breaking these records for like the next 4 or 5 years.
I think Caitlin Clark is such a unique story because she's a blend of so many superstars at the NBA level. You think of her shooting ability, people compare her to Steph Curry. And then just her expectations as a rookie, I look at her like a LeBron James. He came in with expectations that were just ridiculous, but then he met him and then some. But then I also look at her like she's having a Magic Johnson effect to the WNBA, not only because the TV ratings, when Magic and Bird came into the league, the ratings went through the roof, but it's because of also the way she plays, too. She not only can score at a high level, but like you just said, she just set the assist record, and that's what Magic Johnson was doing right from the get-go in his rookie year, facilitating. Now, he also played multiple positions, so it's not the perfect analogy for bringing in Magic, but it's a blend of all these superstars we've seen in the male game. And now it's just awesome to see the WNBA not only have some star power, but come through with TV ratings and just the financial impact that we're seeing this year. It's been unbelievable for WNBA.
How do you feel about Steve Nash as a comparison?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like all the way around, that almost might be, right? Like almost all the way
blend,
around.
right? Yeah, she's a blend of all of them. And Nash, what's unique about Curry and Nash in particular, they didn't light it up necessarily right away. There was some development.
Right.
Caitlin Clark, from the get-go, has basically lit it up. Yeah, she had some struggles maybe early on.
Yeah, I mean, her three-point shot wasn't hitting at the beginning of the season.
Every three she missed was like the end of the world to all fans. Yeah, everyone wants to see every shot to go in.
It was still, I mean, she's still a facilitator. Like, she's assist record 26 games into her career.
And
26 games. Yeah, rookie three-point, put that in the books. The season long, anybody, not just rookies three-point, that's within range in the next few games. Like, it is wild what she's doing.
And also anybody who plays basketball, I don't, but I know this from just because I heard it in interviews. And when your legs are tired, your jumper suffers tremendously. This is why, for instance, even Kobe, after the Achilles, he couldn't get his jumper back because he didn't have the same lift on his jumper. And then even early in his career, he said after his rookie year, those air balls that everyone remembers in his rookie year, he said he shot those air balls because his legs were tired. So he spent the whole offseason working on his legs. And his shot was
when he did them in the playoffs, he was dog tired. That's true.
And then he came back the next offseason, had trained his legs all summer because that's just how he was. And then all of a sudden he got his jumper back. And Caitlin, she said it. I mean, it's not like she's speaking in hindsight. She said, I'm not really too bugged about going to the Olympics because I didn't really get a break after college, and I'm ready to relax. I'm ready to get a break and heal. And she came back, and she wasn't lying at all.
I mean, I'm just glad that she's living up to the hype.
Yeah.
Because the hype train has never been rolling as hard as it was for Caitlin Clark. Like I said it, I'm glad she's backing up all the things I said because I was selling her as the second coming, and surprise, surprise, your boy was right again. I was right about Wemby. I was right about Caitlin. Miss me with this year's NBA draft. Those guys are all garbage. But I was right about Wemby. I'm right about Caitlin. And like, we're making the comparisons like, okay, I mean, is she a mix of Nash and Curry? Like, is she like Jordan with more of facilitating? Is it like Jordan and Magic hybrid? Soon we will be comparing players to her. Oh, she's like a mix of like Caitlin Clark, but she doesn't rebound as well. Or like she's a mix of like Caitlin Clark, but less 3-pointers a game. She's about to be the standard in the WNBA.
And it's just nice to see her game step up to the popularity, right? Because she came in immediately from day one. She's already the most popular player in the entire WNBA without playing. So yeah, it just took some time, for her to figure out how she was going to attack the WNBA style, because it's different than women's NCAA basketball. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch, and it's just getting started.
I mean, it's must-see TV, friends of the show. Like, if you're only listening to us talk about her, you have to watch. Take the time to watch her, whether it's just highlights or just watch her, how she creates space with and without the ball. It's impressive what she's doing already. When we get back today, get ready. We got some more Cowboy talk.
Oh, yeah.
Dak and Tara are going at it again.
Oh, don't tell me.
The boys are having a lot of fun at Topgolf, benefiting the YMCA Scholarship Fund. And you know what we do here. We have fun, and we do it for a great cause. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Sponsored by USPS Land Advantage. Central Florida.
Oh, no, you're further down that way. Renee's right by us.
USPS.com/event. USPS Crown Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Capture right now, Country continues at 25 northbound near Lomas, the crash affected with 3 left lanes. Backups will start back around Westport. Communication this afternoon, and then after we get back, you're going to see more sport hours of congestion approaching the construction zones. Also, southbound on 25 north construction zones. You can see slowdowns starting around it sooner. That's not like 40 between the interchange and slowdowns there. Also, heard that sounds like sales.
And after hanging out, if you want to go, stay there with me, you can. If not, of course, you don't want to.
They're on the side.
Brought to you by McDonald's.
If you see an accident, call the traffic tracking hotline 767-9967. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Make yourself at home. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. I'm Mike Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
College football weekend. And Sammy Lee, here to help you beat the books. Week 1 is here, and there's no shortage of action on the card. BetQL model has a number of 4- and 5-star plays for the weekend, including the total in Wyoming and Arizona State under 47. I'm Sammy P. Download the BetQL and BetMGM today.
Things are eating up. That sounds not good. The only place to get a bad Maybe you got mad. All that family. Chicken sandwiches. All the right places. Security. Or snack. Fries, hot chips. Please stop by New Mexico's only hip-hop themed restaurant. Wow, what it is. And massages. 114 280 Southeast at Silver. Next to Tractor Road. Get Fat Stacks is our friends. Get Fat Stacks 50 bucks.
5 tonight. See the station website.
I'm so pumped for this Colorado game.
So what?
I'm so pumped for the Colorado game. I want to see what happens.
Pilates in my neighborhood.
Is that tonight? Yeah, it's tonight at 6.
Chase Inc. helped me go from 1 Pilates studio to 3.
South Dakota State? North Dakota.
North Dakota.
And they're good. They're also good? I don't know if they've been good since Carson Wentz was there. No, that's what Carson Wentz was. I'm pretty sure.
Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member of Guest, subject to credit approval.
Yeah, North Dakota State, my bad.
Now, buy one, get one free on Valspar Reserve.
Yeah, there's some prize picks on them. Are we done with them or what?
Williams Infinity or Showcase
Do what?
Interior.
I said there's some prize picks for them. Are we done with prize picks or what?
No,
we're still
we got you covered. Lowe's no savings. Lowe's no home improvement.
Short shows. Yeah. Well, they got some discounts on there if you want to grab one. We have 3 minutes left. 5:45. Right before we go to your segment.
Well, I guess this would be Cowboys Corner. No, you already knocked it out. 45.
Yeah, Cowboys
This
Corner
is going to be Jack and Cherry.
Schedule a free consultation. Visit BernieChavezLaw.com. Law offices of Bernie Chavez.
And then 5:45.
His weekly conversation with Coach Marco Mendenhall and encourages you to support Red football.
Sorry, we have a wait list for our Monsteros. My house is really in the green. We can't keep snake plants and stuff.
She is the construction manager that built up roots and grow.
Here we go.
Then we can help her hire great people fast.
I need an Indeed.
Indeed, you do.
You can schedule virtual interviews all from your dashboard.
Visit Indeed.com/credit
and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm done picking all the popular picks for MLB.
Oh, really?
Like it's going solid.
I like the pitcher goblin
For direct break fans
or like betting
and
people.
improve stopping performance with
Like trying to pick somebody having a good performance in baseball. You fail way more than you succeed.
Or O'ReillyAuto.com.
Yeah, like I was picking strong green and I got like 5.
There's only one road, and there's only one home for road. But I can't control what some of these people say. 95.9 FM, YMCA, the sports animal.
This song you can get a practice there too. You know, something you can lay back, enjoy the left seat.
Welcome back, Duke City. Welcome back to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal. I done told you we're out here at Top Golf, raising money for the YMCA. Joining us this segment, you know him from the hit band Man High. He might be your barber, but you know what he is? A board member of the YMCA, and he's a helper. Gabe Gambino, welcome back to the program, friend.
It's very true. I love being on the board here. I love the YMCA. It's the best gym in town.
I agree completely. It's an underrated gym, underrated facilities, and what they do for the community can't be understated whatsoever. You've been on like a little weight loss journey. We've talked about like physical fitness 3 times in this program already, but Gabe, you're working with Duke City Championship Wrestling's Turbo Tony.
Yes.
And you've been halved, my friend.
That's right. I've been 40 pounds down. I'm actually his his poster boy now.
40 pounds down. Wow.
This
Congrats.
is January. And
wow.
I want to apologize to everybody who can't see me. You can only hear me.
Uh-huh.
Because my hair looks great.
Oh, your hair does look great.
Blondes have more fun. I'm a little sassy now.
Yeah,
I got a little bit of funk and attitude
little
now.
razzle dazzle.
Blonde bombshell over here.
It's all thanks to
Gambino.
my wife.
Oh, yeah, she did
Mrs.
that.
Gambino. She's a hair colorist by specialty. Yeah.
See, that's news to me. I didn't know it was a full cosmetology fam.
Oh, yeah. No, she got me into it. You know, she's like, you can't just play guitar for a living. If you want to make it,
She doesn't believe in you. I see.
She could, and I could too, because I also teach barbering as well.
I need my hair orange.
I got you.
Isaiah, why? Why do you need your hair orange?
Are you a Giants fan?
No, I am a Cowboys fan. So my high school colors are orange. Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, gross. Which is good to see you, Zay. I'm only saying that because you're a gigantic man, but you're over there and I'm over here.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah.
What Cowboys did you think? Like, should have been a?
Like like Toby Keith.
Yeah,
You know,
that kind. Okay.
he's really into Yellowstone.
Well, rhinestone cowboy, maybe?
Hey, you know, I just played Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time. So
Okay. It's a video game show now, I guess.
I am delusional enough to be like, I would have made it. I would have made it out there.
You wouldn't have made it.
I know. I'm softer than Charmin.
Dude, if you get sand underneath your fingernails and you call in for work.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
I told my wife, I was like, I think I could survive. And she's like, no, you're stupid.
A guy who is acting very, very stupid. Jared Jones is trying to alienate his air quote star quarterback. See, I put it in air quotes, Zay. Did you like that?
Yeah.
Dak was asked what he thought about the comments that Jerry Jones been asked about his contract, and he said, I quit listening to Jerry Jones a long time ago. As a Cowboys fan, Zay, that does not bode well for the future of Dak Prescott being the Cowboys quarterback.
Well, Jerry does have a knack to say things, but I also think there's some reality in that, right? What Jerry did say, I heard him say yesterday, and I thought it was a pretty big deal. A lot of times we say, oh, Jerry's not just making Dak feel comfortable. He's not saying what he wants. He's not, saying what's going through his mind. But he said something very specific, and he said that with the Dak Prescott contract situation, the holdup has much more to do with the Cowboys situation financially rather than it has anything to do with the merits of Dak Prescott. So he basically said that me wanting Dak Prescott to be the quarterback has nothing to do with why he's not signed. There's things that we need to get figured out first before we can sign him. Now, when you look at the numbers, it doesn't say that's a fact. The numbers, the cap space and the way you look at everything says they should be able to work a deal out. But what he's saying is, look, we want Dak as a quarterback, and we just got to figure some things out first. But he did mention something about dangling carrots, and if dangling carrots improves motivation. So I think he's also like, okay, well, I'm going to make Dak go out there this season and earn the contract, which is a terrible idea because then you're going to be in a bidding war with 15 other teams who are willing to pay Dak Prescott $1 million more in the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're just going to run him off. And if that's his intent, good. I've been saying it forever. Dak Prescott gets a lot of volume on a pretty good team. And he's kind of fool's goldish to me. I don't think he's as good of a quarterback as you believe that he is. But still, if you don't have a guy like that, there's a lot worse guys in the NFL.
Yes.
If you don't have a top 10, 12, 15 guy, wherever you have Dak ranked, there's a lot worse quarterback in the NFL. So, I mean, if you want to move on from Dak, you better have a plan in place to keep that momentum going. Get somebody young. Get him the reps. Because the pressure for a rookie quarterback in Dallas, you know how insane that is?
Yeah.
What are you going to get, Shadur Sanders next
year? He can handle it. Shadur Sanders can handle the pressure, right? But if you're Dak Prescott and your whole goal, if Dak leaves Dallas, that exposes the fact that I don't think winning was his number one priority. Because think about it. Which team right now with Dak Prescott would be better than the Cowboys are with Dak Prescott? Any team that's better than the Cowboys right now probably has a quarterback who you debate taking over Dak or that you would take over Dak. And I don't have the quarterback of every team listed in my head off memory, but I don't think there's a team that would be better than the Cowboys if you take Dak off the team and put Dak on that team. So if you're Dak Prescott and you're wanting to win, Jerry is Jerry, okay? Stay there. You got a great defense who in some ways helped you out a lot last year. In a lot of ways helped them out a lot last year. So you stay put. You ignore Jerry like I think everybody else is starting to do. And I think they're going to have him the best chance to win.
I hate to agree because if you can't get somebody significantly better than him or you don't have some young asset, the Cowboys are going to be good-ish every year. They're going to be 10 wins or more every year, and you're going to be drafting at the end of the round. You're not going to get one of those top-of-the-draft superstar guys. You're not going to get a Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels or whoever you C.J. Stroud, whoever you think that guy is, unless they trade, unless trade up for that spot, they're in pretty big trouble.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Jerry's not going to trade up in the draft. You know, the only time we drafted Zeke super early, but that's because Romo was hurt the year before, so he had an awful record. Jerry's not going to trade up in the draft, and I know that for a fact because they draft historically pretty well. So he's going to trust that wherever they are placed in the draft, they can get things done there. If Dallas was going to trade up in the draft, they would have did it last year.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Unless like he really has his heart set on a quarterback in this draft, like this is it, man. Put up or shut up.
Sure.
And you know, Micah Parsons about to get paid. CeeDee Lamb just got paid. If it's like a everybody but me situation, he's going to feel isolated. He's going to feel disrespected. And you know what? That Prescott look real good in silver and black, baby. Real good in silver and black.
You want him in Las Vegas?
Why not?
I can see it. I do see the pictures. It looks well. I'm only cool with losing Dak if we get Shedeur. I want Shedeur Sanders in Dallas. That's one of those things where even if we weren't winning NFC Championship games, it would be really, really fun and really nice to see a Shedeur Sanders in a Cowboys uniform. That'd be, I mean, can we think of what rookie would be a bigger draw in NFL than if Shedeur ends up on Dallas? It's going to be like what we saw Colorado last year. Combine that with the Dallas Cowboys, and that's what would happen if Shedeur ends up on Dallas, especially to replace Dak Prescott. It'd be the biggest story in the decade.
And safety, Shiloh, defensive coordinator, Dion. I just bring the whole family in.
I don't know if I want Shiloh over there. I like our safeties. No offense to Shiloh. We just need a QB. So we need is a QB.
Oh, is he like a defensive side of the ball, skip the generation for the Sanders family?
Yeah, maybe he's in the wrong position. He put all of his effort in the wrong position. I mean, he's a D1 athlete, and I can't knock him. But I think in the respective positions, Shedeur is much better.
We're about to kick off the Tourney here at Top Golf. Gabe Gambino, you have another one with us? Are you golf swing all warmed up? You good to go?
Well, no, I've been eating the proverbial excrement, out there. And,
sure.
I do need to practice.
You're not what one might refer to as a golfer.
As good as much.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's like three things I'm good at, and
Okay.
When we get back, we're going to be talking NFL with the YMCA's Jock Tourney, and I'm going to kick off this tournament over here. They just handed me a microphone. They done messed up over here. More sports and sports adjacent content when we get back. You listen to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by
Oh. Best way to wake up.
Can you hear me?
Marco!
Mornings
Marco!
AM 610.
Friends of the YMCA, welcome to the 4th annual Driving for Good charity tournament. Before you rock it, make some noise for
Welcome back to the
yourselves
show.
supporting the YMCA.
It's 2 men on. Mr. Van Nunley is he's kind of a big deal over there. What they gave him the microphone, he's doing announcements. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's the life of the party over here, and then we got me.
Yes, we got Jock Tourney from the YMCA here. You know, whenever Jock's here, we got to shoot the football talk a little bit. So, Jock, you're a Jets fan. Okay, so you're a New York Jets fan, and what I did for you, you can actually hear Van in the background, so that's nice. He's great, so the friends of the show can still hear Van as well. But I got your New York Jets schedule up with us here. So I want to go down.
Monday Night Football.
Okay, so what's your prediction for that game? Try to give me as non-biased as you can possibly get, but if you can't help yourself, you can be biased and pick you guys to go undefeated. We're going to go down the list here and see how you think your team's going to start off.
So week one, we got an L.
Okay. Is it a bad one?
I'm not a Cowboys fan where I'm like, I keep it real around here. We're going to be a 11-team win, though.
Okay, 11 win team. Yeah. Okay, so the first game we got the next game we got the Titans. You guys beat Tennessee. Okay, so we got 1-1. I got you guys beating New England, 2-1. You'll beat Denver, 3-1. You'll beat Minnesota, 4-1. And then you got a close one against the Bills. That'll be a big deciding one for you guys. That's at home, October 14th. So it won't be too
a good game to kind of really solidify the new Jets culture that we're trying to build in New York.
Thanks, everybody. Have a blast.
Be a big one there.
Matrix Fitness.
You guys play Miami. You guys got Miami December 8th. In Miami, at least you're going to Miami, so it's not going to be too cold. Let's see. Other than that, the biggest game you guys probably got is the Texans. You guys got the Texans October 31st.
The frauds.
Frauds. You think they'll be better than Dallas?
Honestly, I really want to put Dallas this year. I don't really think they did much good in the offseason. They put them in like the bottom 10 of the NFL this year.
Seriously. Like really.
On the outside looking in and praying for a win.
Outside looking in. So
Okay,
so who do you think that we lost last year that's going to be so much of a detriment that we're just gotten that much worse? Because we were mid-season, Dallas we were starting to change the minds of some of the haters. We were starting to look pretty solidified, consistent. What happened was not supposed to happen.
That's the problem. Dallas lacks consistency. So.
Oh, hey, boys. Welcome. I was just starting a golf tournament. What are you guys doing? Talking more Cowboys?
Yeah. Well, we were going through the Jets. We made it to we made it to the Bills game. Let's continue going through that.
Okay,
so 0-11. Is that the consistency?
Well, no, the Jets will actually, I guarantee they'll be 4-1 when they come up on the Bills October 14th.
You heard that?
Okay. So they'll be 4-1, and then they got the Steelers. They'll win that 5. Oh, we didn't guess the Bills-Jets game. I'm gonna say it's hard.
I'm gonna say the Jets is gonna win because we get in there with a healthy Aaron Rodgers and a healthy defense. I think we can get the job done. It'll be a close game. We're not gonna be like. We're gonna just start in the bus in like the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I trust Aaron Rodgers more than I trust Josh Allen. That's just how that goes.
Not with science. Not with science. With the football.
Yeah, so
obviously just with the football.
He almost makes that a science as far as I'm concerned. So then you got the Steelers after that. So you got
that's a W there.
So 5-2. Patriots again 6-2.
Yep.
Texans. I'm going 6-3 there.
I'm going 7-3 there because I think the Texans are frauds. I'm happy they had a great season last year, but sophomore slumps hit real hard. So
okay, so you got him 7-2 after Texas game.
Yes.
I got 6-3. Cardinals win.
I'll be there for that.
Nice. In Arizona, are you going out to AC?
I'll be there for that, bro.
Yeah. You're going out to AC. And then you got the Colts win. Seattle. You guys have a cupcake schedule.
I wouldn't really put it as a cupcake schedule. I mean,
there's no cupcakes in the NFL anymore. There's some garbage teams. Patriots.
And the Steelers
are they get twice.
Steelers are going to be over 500 again. Mike Tomlin will not let his team be under 500, even with the ghost of Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's taking out the belt. He's taking the belt out before he lets go.
Okay. There's no hope because they got Justin Fields backing him up. So I see Russell Wilson starting the first 4 games and then getting benched in like the 4th game.
I agree.
And then we'll try Justin Fields, and then he'll suck it up for 2 games, and then they'll put him back in. And it's just like we're just gonna recruit for next season at that point. And Tomlinson's gonna retire. So.
Okay. Do you think? I think it's. I'm looking at this, and I think it's much easier to pick the games. I think that they're going to lose, and I got you guys losing to Miami.
I got to split in with Miami because I'm a Jets fan, so I gotta still have a little faith and hope. Mm-hmm. So I got to split with Miami. Definitely beating up on and splitting with the Bills too, because the Bills is not like a sleeper team where you can't just. You got to go in there and do work. So
it's a hard division.
That's what I try to tell people. The AFC East is not like the NFC East. Like you got to win
he
games.
Almost had me. He almost had me. He agrees with me, and then he gets me right in the back with it.
Washington and Giants are garbage.
Yes.
There's only 2 halfway decent teams.
No, it's only one. It's the Eagles.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. I just said it. The Cowboys lack consistency.
Late in the season. If you want to give me totality.
In the playoffs.
Late in the season, playoffs, same thing. They don't choke, they just lose. All right, they just lose. They got outplayed. Okay, they didn't choke, they got outplayed. Because that's simple. And plus, the Packers were on a steamer, just like they were when they won the Super Bowl in, what was that, 2010? All year they looked like an easy team, a team you'd want in the playoffs, but then they started the buzzsaw up. And we just happened to come across the buzzsaw, and they should have beat San Francisco. So I think it was just wrong place, wrong time for Dallas again. And I don't think the NFC East is
95. Bro.
You have a point. Okay. They've sucked in the playoffs since 95. But I do believe that the NFC East is so top heavy. I'm still putting them top 3 in the toughest divisions. I think the NFC East is more talented than most of the other divisions outside of, what is it, the North? AFC North has got Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Well, because they're so bad, it always keeps them so close. That's what, they were the first team to have a 500 team in the playoffs? Was that, you can fact check me on that, but
I got
them, or was that Seattle? Because that division is just as bad too. So
I don't want to jump too far ahead because we have our NFL season special next Wednesday on this program where we lay out for you exactly what's going to happen next football season. And I will tell you, I only missed one playoff team last year, boys, and I'm going to do it again this year.
Okay.
But I'm going to bat 1,000 this year.
Which teams you missed?
Okay. Jacques, both of you will like my picks.
I will be there for that.
Which team did you miss on?
Maybe both of your teams are going to be in the Super Bowl. I don't know.
I doubt one of them will.
Do you remember which team you missed on?
I got a screenshot of it. I'll call myself out on Wednesday to see how close I got and what I missed on.
Okay.
But our full NFL season preview will be this coming Wednesday, the day after our fantasy football draft, live from Howie's Sports page. Jacques Tourney of the YMCA, hell of an event today, man.
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I love this event. This is one of the special events that we do at the Y to give back to the community.
Jacques, thank you for all your help and everything you do for the YMCA. And we'll let you off the hook now. You can go have some fun with all these friends of the YMCA. You would rather sit here and talk to Josh Sushan than go have a beer and play golf, is what you're saying. Okay. When we get back, voice of the Isotopes, Josh Sushan, we take you from the end of this program all the way in.
Hey, how's it going? I'm going to put you on hold now.
Baseball. Having a blast here at Top Golf.
Yes.
Celebrating what they do in the community and having a lot of fun for a good cause. You listen to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Clear.
Mike's hot. Welcome back to the program, Duke City. We got one more segment for you before we take you to Isotopes Baseball. Jock Tourney from the YMCA still joining us. Yeah, you're like a bad penny. You just won't leave.
Nah, I don't
Get out of my pocket.
Hey, you know they come to watch me, right?
Oh yeah, I mean you're always a fan favorite here on the program, Jacques, and fan favorite for sure. We have on the Sports Animal Hotline doing our crosstalk every single time the Isotopes playing a baseball. Josh Bouchon, Bois, the Isotopes. What's happening, my guy?
I'm trying just not to be a bad penny. That's
You're too far away. You're all the way at Icefield Stadium, which we will be at tomorrow, having a good time and sipping some watermelon walk-offs by Teller Vodka. But today we're at Top Golf for a charity tournament benefiting the YMCA, helping their scholarship program to help kids. Would you rather be golfing or calling baseball games? No, you're on, right?
I'm saying rather than coaching a baseball game, that's what I do. I probably golf more often than I do something I do a lot. I kind of got out of the habit of it. I'm glad you guys are raising a lot of pitch. You guys are over there having a good time.
Is golfing besides calling baseball games, is golfing your second favorite? Wait, no, hold on. Is golfing your third favorite thing to do besides calling baseball games and the other thing?
Well, since COVID, the only time I ever played was with you.
Okay.
It is my third favorite thing. I'm not doing my favorite thing very often.
For a guy who never golfed, okay, that's enough of that. For a guy who never golfed, you got a sweet swing, Stoosh. Like you're a natural.
I played a lot when I was a kid. I was in tournaments, and anytime that you say, "Oh yeah, I played tournaments as a kid," people think you're really good, but I didn't come close to winning in a tournament. I didn't win, like I was a participant, but I was never threatening the leaderboard whatsoever. But I did play a lot. My grandfather taught me, and the main thing that he just always yelled at me was keep my blankety blank head down. Because all I would want to do is look up to see where I hit the ball, and of course, you don't hit the ball very well when you are trying to look to see where the ball went. So as long as I can keep my head down, then I have a decent chance of not being too mad at myself.
Is that a follow-through thing? Like, how come you can't look?
Yeah, your hands follow your eyes. So you pull your head, your hands will follow, and you're going to shank it.
So you can't just have that discipline to swing, look like a robot? No?
Yeah, they're called professionals. They can do it. We can't. Sushan, one of the cutest moments in the history of baseball happened yesterday as it was decoy bobblehead night at Dodger Stadium. So Shohei Ohtani's dog got his own bobblehead, and not only did he get his own bobblehead, he threw out the first pitch, and not only did his dog throw out the first pitch, he hit a home run for his dog. What a day for the Ohtani family.
Anything that you do with Ohtani is not good.
I know, it's wild.
Right? Hitting for power, hitting for stealing bases. I guess he's currently not good at having that injury, but his dog is adorable.
Yes.
I guess now that he's got a trainer that's not stealing the dog, then I guess he really is doing everything correctly right now.
Stoosh, your Oakland A's in their final season have been the best team in baseball over the past 6 weeks. This is a Shyamalan twist that I didn't see coming.
Well, I mean, when you trade away that many guys, and when you have that low of traffic, you should be getting some young players back.
Right, eventually.
Here's the thing about the Oakland A's. Since day one in Oakland, back in 1968, they have always been really good at developing young players. They have not been good at keeping young players and signing them with lengthy contracts so that they can continue to be good throughout the rest of their career. But they have an enormous number of rookies of the year, right? I remember Kaseka.
Right.
There was Andrew Bailey, there was Houston Street, there's been others that I'm sure I'm forgetting. Ben Grieve, going back to the 70s, there's others that I'm probably forgetting. But even not just the rookies of the year, they have always been really good at developing. Jason Giambi, Chavez, Miguel Tejada, Mark Mulder, Barry Zito. We can go on and on. So I'm not totally shocked that the A's are winning because this is what they have always done, is develop young players at a really high rate.
First pitch, 6:35 tonight at Rio Grande Credit Union Field at Isotopes Park. Whether you're there in person or you're listening to Sushan, it's always a banger at the lab. Look, let's talk about the game tomorrow, though, and not so much the game as in the giveaway. I think this is one of the coolest, unique things that Isotopes have ever done at the lab. Is tomorrow night there's color your own hats, courtesy of Loveless Health System. First 2,500 fans. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, so we've had quite a few art nights over the years, and the idea was, we got a lot of artistic people who are in town. It's just fun. When you walk around the last 3 years, you see all these beautiful murals that are all over the place, and art is just an important part of our lives, right? It sets a mood. It's just good venue. And so I think that encouraging people to create their art is a really fun thing. We've been doing art for years. It's the first time that we're doing it. And I'm looking forward to what people do when you're terrible. I'm excited to see what people do. I think people are really going to like it.
Josh, we've got Tony of the YMCA joining us. He's here helping out the Top Golf tournament. He does basically everything for the YMCA. The way he supports the community is so cool. Hardcore football fan, ex-player in college, but he might be able to muster up a baseball question.
I just want to talk about the cool hat for tomorrow. I get one. Get me rolling with.
Can you say one hat for Jacques and his kid to color? That's what he wanted to ask.
Yeah, I need a hat for sure. A cool hat like that. My kid will probably do a better job than me, but yeah, that sounds like a great time.
I got a super easy way. Oh, you beat me to it, Josh. You're so good at this. I was going to say there's a super easy way to get one. Be one of the first 2,500 fans tomorrow night at the lab.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, Sush. There were only 4 runs scored last night. Am I reading this correctly? Do I need to have my eyes checked? How were there only 4 runs scored when you're a mile high up in the air?
You got your sunglasses on, so I don't think it's your eyes.
No, yeah, good. Thank you.
What did you do to the altitude? Did you get rid of the altitude the last 2 days?
It wasn't that humid.
So here's the thing. It's not just last night. Tuesday, it was 2-0 going into the 8th inning on Tuesday.
Right.
The final was 6-2. Yesterday, the final was 3-1. Here's the thing about playing baseball here. Not impossible to pitch here. Really hard to pitch here, but it's not impossible to pitch here. You have really good stuff. You can get outs here. When your defense helps you out, you can get outs here. But also, this time of year, once we get late August, and it was 76 degrees at first pitch last night. It was fabulous. But you start to get these cooler temperatures. All doesn't carry as much. You get moisture in the air because you look at the radar and there's green all over the state of New Mexico, right? We didn't get any rain yesterday, but there's just rain in the area, right? So that means the ball's not going to carry as much. I want to say in each of the last 2 games, we probably had 2 to 3 balls were caught at the back of the boarding track.
Wild.
In June or July, those were home runs, right? That ball's just carrying out when there's not as much moisture in the air, when it's warmer. So these are the times of year that pitchers love it. They don't mind pitching here. They're like, all right, that's cool. I'm going to pound strike zone. I'm going to get some outs. And that said, it might be 13-11 tonight. But we had really good pitching the last 2 days. And the ballpark factors have – I don't want to take anything away from the pitchers, but the ballpark factors have given them a better chance at success.
How did my new favorite player, Carson Palmquist, how did he look last night? Stat line looked pretty decent.
Yeah, so we gave up a home run in the first inning, and then in the 5th, there's one up, and there's the right field. So 2 runs ended up scoring, and should have been done, and then he had to throw a whole bunch of pitches, and the result of that is he departed after 5 innings. Overall, I thought he looked really good again. He wasn't perfect, but he looks pretty darn good. He's now made 5 starts. The first one he's going to want to forget. The 4 after that, he looks like a guy who, he's got a really good future. And I just like the way that he attacks the zone. He's not trying to get a ton of strikeouts,
right?
But he got some when he needed them. he's trying to put the ball in play and have his defense get the outs for him. I like him.
So who's on the pregame?
Pregame show today, I talked to Peyton Battenfield. Speaking of YMCA and raising money for a good cause, Peyton Battenfield has gone to basically every single community appearance that we've had this year since he joined us. He did one today at a food bank. It was actually his idea to put this together. To him about where this comes from, why it's so important for him, what he gets out of it, and we also talk some pitching as well. But I want to make sure that our fans and the audience knows that Peyton Battenfield has just been an ultimate community-minded person, and we're just so grateful for him.
Sush, have a call tonight, and I will see you tomorrow, my friend.
All right, sounds good. We're looking forward to it.
For all of the friends of the YMCA, really stoked with everything you're doing for the community. Appreciate you being friends of the YMCA and appreciate you supporting the 4th annual Driving for Good charity golf tournament here. Tourney, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to invite everybody out for our welcoming week coming up as well. September 13th to 22nd. Doors are wide open for every and anyone who wants to come, so definitely come check us out.
Thanks to Steve Palmasama from the Duke's Team Store. Thanks to Luke Marquith from Howie Sports Page. And thanks to Gabe Gambino and Brandon Ortega for being on the board. For Van, Fred, and Zay, you've been listening to 2 Men On. Love you, Burke.
95.1 FM and AM 610.